Hey guys, so I had a request for a work and school makeup. It's a lot easier than it looks right now, and this is so easy. It looks harder than it really is, I promise. So if you're interested in getting this really natural, pretty look, then keep on watching. Okay, so to start, I already have my moisturizer on, so I just used my Philosophy Hope in a Jar oil-free with SPF 30 in it, and that's just going to keep my skin hydrated and protected for the rest of the day. So I am going to go to the eyes, so that way if I have any fallout, then I can just clean that up real quick. Okay, so to start with the eyes, I'm going to add an eye primer. So this is the MAC Paint in Bare Canvas. So I like this because it's a neutral color. It has a lot of pigment, so anything I put on top of it is going to be a lot more pigmented, a lot more brighter, and it has a nice soft sheen to it. Now if you have a deeper skin tone, you just want to get something that's about a shade or two lighter than your skin tone as your base, or you can use a clear base, either way. Okay, so once I have the eye primer on, I'm going to go on to eyebrows, because no matter what, I always make sure my brows look good because the brows really frame the face. So I'm using the Bare Minerals Locked In Coated Lash Top Coat, but what I really like about it is that it has a really fine comb, so it will keep your brows in place all day, and it's waterproof also. So if you sweat in the summer, your brows are literally bulletproof. So for the brows, I'm just going to use an angled brush and my Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow in dark brown. So I'm just going to do it to my brow style, but do it the way you like to do your brows. So I start pretty much at the arch, and that's normally where I need more help. And then I just draw a line down, and then I fill in anything else. So I just come in very lightly towards the front of my brow, so that way I don't have any stark, harsh lines. And what I really like about the DipBrow is that it also sets your brows into place, so you're getting double the protection. So you're getting the Locked In Coated and the DipBrow, and your brows are not going to move all day. So once we have brows done, I can move straight to the eyes. So I'm going to be using this brown palette. So it's a neutral palette from Bare Minerals. It's called The Truth. So it's pretty versatile. Any skin tone can really work with this palette. That's why I chose it. So I am going to use this sort of secondary color. So it's that mid-tone shimmery taupe. So I'm going to apply that just to my lid up to the crease. So it's a soft color. It's not going to you know, be too harsh or too dark for the daytime. And shimmery colors are a lot easier to blend than matte colors, so I figured you know, if you're a beginner, always start with the more shimmery or satin eye colors. That way you can blend them out easily. So with this light color right here, so it's like a beige, I'm going to take the same brush, but I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to apply that right into the inner corner, and then I'm going to blend that into the rest of the shadow. So it's just going to wake up your eyes and make your eyes look much more bright. So then with the darker shades, you can literally choose either one. So this one's going to be a lot easier to wear. It has a little bit more of a satin finish. And then this one has more of the sparkle. So I'm going to go with this one right here. It'll be a little bit more appropriate for day. But either choice is up to you. So with the same brush, I'm just going to apply that to my outer corner for some definition. But we're going to make this pretty soft. You don't want anything super dramatic for daytime. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend that out. So we're blending that upwards and into the crease. once we have the color and it's soft and diffused, what I like to do is add a little bit of flare. So I'm going to add this orange shade right here from MAC, and it's just going to warm up the eye. So with a fluffy crease brush, so same brush I've been using to blend, I'm going to use that orange, and I'm going to take that right into the crease. So it's going to give just a little bit of warmth to the eye look, since the taupe is very cool and I like my eye looks to be a little bit more warm. It just looks more friendly, looks happier, you know. So I'm just going to blend that orange into the crease. Now this is optional, you don't have to do this, but that's the way I personally like my eye looks to go. Okay, so with that same beige color, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to apply that underneath my brow bone for a highlight. And this is just going to lift the eye. So once you finish off the eyeshadow, you have two options. So you can do a soft brown smudgy liner, or you can do a winged liner. I'm going to take a Bare Minerals eyeliner. It's a lasting line in lasting brown, and I'm just going to line the outer half of my eye. So I'm going to keep this pretty clean in there. I just want this brown liner to give me a little bit of definition, and I'm going to wing that out slightly as well. Just like that. Then with the other end, there's a smudger. I'm just going to take the smudger and I'm going to smudge that line out slightly so it's not a harsh, stark line. But you're still going to get that definition from the liner. So here's the difference. And then you can always take that up into the waterline as well. Just going to make your lashes look a lot thicker. Okay, so before I add mascara to finish off the eye look, I'm going to add my concealer and foundation. So I'm going to be wearing the Bare Minerals Ready Foundation in R330 with a damp Beauty Blender sponge. And I just like the finish that the Beauty Blender sponge gives with this powder. It takes away that powdery look, but I really like the Bare Minerals Ready Foundation because it gives me a really nice even complexion without looking like I'm cakey or I have too much makeup on. And powder is just so much easier to apply, I think. It's more foolproof and it's quick and easy. And this is really good for people who have oily skin, dry skin. The Ready Foundation is super moisturizing, but it is not going to make your skin oily. So if you have dry skin, this is perfect. And if you have oily skin, it's a powder, so it's very easy to wear as well. So I'm just stippling it mostly in the areas that I need more coverage, like around my nose where it's more red. And I'm having this horrid, heinous breakout on my chin. But that's just hormones. And that is about it for foundation. I try not to go too heavy-handed with it because Ready Foundation can really build up to full coverage. So I try to keep it as light as possible. Okay, so that is foundation done. So I'm going to go ahead with concealer. I'm going to use MAC Tech Prep and Prime in Bright Forecast. And this is just going to brighten my under eye area, since right now it's kind of dark and dreary. I'm a little under the weather. So I'm going to bring that downwards as well so I can highlight the tops of my cheekbones with this. Down my nose and my Cupid's bow to make my lips look a little fuller. And then I'm taking a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and I'm just going to basically stipple that on. This brush works basically the way my fingers would, so instead of me patting with my finger, I use the brush to do the work for me. So it blends it out and basically pats it into the skin. Okay, so that is my Bright Forecast. So once we have the foundation and the concealer set, then I'm going to go ahead and add a setting powder. So this is the Bare Minerals Ready Touch-Up Veil. And this is in Tinted. So I'm going to add a little bit of that underneath my eye. So that way my concealer doesn't crease during the day. Any of the liner I add to my bottom lash line or mascara is not going to run either. So setting powder is very important when you use creamy products. And I find that since the Ready foundation is so hydrating that I like to set that into place so that way it absorbs any excess shine during the day. So I'm going to add that to my chin area, around my nose, where I tend to get the most oily. And then I add that to my forehead as well to absorb any of that excess shine. Now for the rest of the skin, I'm going to use some bronzer and a little bit of blush. So for bronzer, I'm using the Bare Minerals Ready Color Boost. It's in the Beaches Waiting. So this one right here is the High Dive. There's an illuminator, and then this is another bronzer that is exclusive to this bronzer trio. So I'm going to be using the shimmery bronzer, the one right here. Not the matte one, not for right now. I kind of just want that dewy bronze look. So I'm going to use the shimmery one just to the tops of my cheekbones, under my cheekbones, just my general cheek area. I'm going to use that bronzer, and it's just going to bring the life back to my face, since the Ready foundation tends to cover very well and it evens out my skin tone. I want to bring that complexion back. So I had a little bit on my chin and a little bit down the bridge of my nose. Now with the illuminator that comes with that trio, I'm just going to take my finger actually, and I'm going to apply a little bit to the tip of my nose. So it just helps to highlight your nose a little bit. And then I take that on my Cupid's bow as well, and tops of the cheekbones. So then for cheeks, I'm just going to take Cargo's Laguna blush. It's a nice peachy orange blush. And with the same brush that I use for bronzer, I'm just going to apply a small amount to my cheeks. The bronzer already gave me enough color, but I like the peachy brightness of this blush. Okay, so the skin looks really fresh. It looks very clean and polished. So we can go right back to the eyes. I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Lash Domination. It has a spiral wand. It also has Kino protein in it, so it's going to help to strengthen your lashes. So I'm just going to apply that top and bottom. Okay, so now that the eyes and the whole face is done, you just want to finish off with the lips. So I'm going to use my NARS lip pencil in Papua. And this is optional. You don't have to line your lips if you don't want to. But I like that crisp lip line. So once my lips are lined, I'm going to finish off with some lipstick. Now this is totally your preference. So use a lipstick that you like during the day. Any sort of neutral. You can do pinks if you like brown. Anything that works for your skin tone that you really, really like. But for me, I've been really loving MAC Taupe lately. So it's this very pretty neutral brown shade, mid-tone. And it works really well with my complexion. So that's the one I'm going to be using today. And it's matte, and I like matte. I have, you know, preferential treatment to matte. So I'm just going to apply that. I hope you ladies enjoyed the look. It's super simple and it's really easy for every day. Once you get the hang of it, it's like, it goes like that. So if you ladies have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm up to any of your suggestions. If not, I'll just keep on posting. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, guys.